and board a cat so I can see in the dark.
I don't think I'll wait for her. I'm going to get a book and go to my room.
Does your jaw hurt tonight, Jeff?
Not bad.
Well, then stay a little longer. We'd like to have you.
Jeff, you've already invested 267 minutes worth in waiting. Surely you can afford an additional 10 cents worth.
All right then, my statistical friend. My curiosity is good for 10 minutes more.
I wonder what she is like. Miss Willie says they're one of the wealthiest families in America.
Oh, that's bad. She'll have an expensive camera she can't work. Or rave about an artist I've never heard of.
Oh, cynic. Has money spoiled me?
Do you have money, Fairy?
Bats. Oh, let's not be prejudiced about money. Some of my best friends are wealthy. Hannibal, why don't you play something while we wait to help distract Jeff?
You catch me too. What shall it be?
Surprise us.
How about Gypsy Zardas?
Please don't play gypsy music, Hannibal. It frightens me.
Frightens you?
Terrifies me. I was stolen by gypsies when I was a child and rescued just as they were about to dye my skin with walnut juice. Well, I was. Go ahead, Hannibal. I hope she likes music. Maybe she plays some instrument herself. The harp. Oh, I hope she plays the harp. All my life. I'm sorry, Hannibal. Go ahead. I was raised on the harp. My father, like an angel. Jeff, what are you doing?
Oh, there's a book on the shelf I want. I'm sorry, Hannibal.
Oh, Fairy, get the book for Jeff so that he can listen to Hannibal. Wait, I'll get a chair.
Never mind, Fairy. I can get it.
No, Jeffrey. Climbing on chairs is women's work. Men have mountains. Which book did you want?
The lifespan of the ape.
People give the strangest books to this library. I just couldn't get into Forbidden Tibet. It's amazing what standing above people does. You know, I feel smarter than anybody in the whole world.
It's the yellow one.
Books are in my blood. My mother invented the filing system at the New York Library. She was queen of crossing decks.
I'll get Jeff's book,
No,
Fairy.
no. Musicians shouldn't work. Be careful, Fairy. Don't get dust in your eyes. Wouldn't you like animal husbandry? I can teach that.
This time it's got to be the lifespan of the ape.
Here, goose it out with this.
Oh.
Somebody's hurt!
It looks like Mrs. Patty's back.
Oh, Fairy, are you all right?
Oh, lights!
Patty,
Lights!
keep the lights on. Some nights you're going to turn the lights out at the wrong time and hurt somebody. Then you'll be sorry. I do wish you'd chosen something else to give up for Lent.
It's unfair to make the rest of us suffer just to get you into heaven, Mrs. Patty.
Other people like electricity.
Now, you set your easel like a good girl and leave the lights alone.
I must say, you startled us, Miss Willie. We thought you were in the front office.
For the love of Peach Fairy, what are you up to?
I was just trying to get a book for Jeffrey.
With a violin bow?
I couldn't quite reach it.
I certainly didn't mean to cause all this commotion. Forget it.
No. I'll get it for you. Everyone watch his own head. Timber! There you are, Jeffrey. You may take the bow, Miss Willie. You may take my hand, Hannibal.
The next time anyone wants a book from the top, Fairy, call me. Why, the whole shelf might have fallen on you.
Oh, whoever heard of anyone being hurt by good books?
Enough of the might, darling. And I would hate that to happen.
I hate everything in the world, but most of all I hate cold cream, hot dogs, crayfish, codfish, catfish, catnip, sheepdip, sawdust, subway, sewers, skewers, buttermilk, caterpillars, frictions, fractions, pins, puns, pens, policemen, and electricity! Miss Willie, how much longer do we have to wait? What is she like, Miss Willie?
I haven't seen her. Let's tidy the room a bit. Fairy, would you put the Parcheesi board away, please?
You're taking an awfully long time in the front office. Is she young or old, Miss Willie?
All I know is that her name is Savage, and she gets the blue room.
I hope she isn't beautiful. Competition exhausts me.
Well, Bingo, you sure had that one in a hurry.
Miss Willie, don't call me that, please. It's a pet name my wife uses.
I forgot.
And I wish you wouldn't single me out to kiss.
You're the handsomest.
What would my wife think if she came to call and saw some strange woman kissing me? She'd explode.
She would if I know her.
Will you please try to remember?
I'll try. Forgive me. Hello. Yes, Dr. Emmett? Right away. Put the drops up, Campbell. Don't club the place, darlings. Let's make a good first impression.
Will we meet her now?
I don't know.
We haven't had anyone exciting here since that magician's wife. Remember? She was all nerves from being sawed in half so much. What was her name?
Something hyphenated.
I forget, but she had color. My relations are all so drab. Both my parents were albinos.
Really, Fairy, you shouldn't invent such things.
Well, they were. Emotional albinos.
Fairy, don't peek. It's so degrading to get on your knees.
You get on your knees to pray, don't you? I'll say a prayer. Dear God, let me see something.
See anything?
Yes, I do. God was quick.
What do you see?
Someone coming out of Dr. Emmett's office. Who? 1, 2, 3 strange people. They're coming in here. Let's hide in the hall and eavesdrop.
Is that ethical, Jeff?
You know we'll be sent out anyhow.
We could call it espionage.
Come, Mrs. Patty. We're going to spy.
Oh, I'll guard the light switch. It's rude to let guests into a dark room.
This is the last time I'm going to be a party to peek, Fairy. Healing simply ruins my nylons.
I mustn't get excited, or I'll get hiccups and betray us.
Dr. Emmett will join you in a moment.
Please tell him that if there's nothing else, we'd like to get started back.
Yes, Senator Savage. There are magazines on the table. Please make yourselves at home.
Well, what do you think of it now, Titus? Are you reassured?
Somewhat. It certainly doesn't look like an institution.
Not at all.
Mother will be contented and happy here, I'm sure. It's a charming place.
I just hope we haven't made a mistake.
Darling, the only mistake we made was in not taking steps sooner.
I don't like to be thought insensitive. It might have been wiser to keep her at home with an attendant.
That would have been disastrous.
You're hard.
Someone has to be practical.
No, you're calloused. You married too many foreigners.
Samuel! Darling, we've done what had to be done. Let's not quarrel about it, please.
Lilybell is right. This is civilized behavior.
I'm sorry to have delayed you. I was anxious to have Dr. Johnson question your mother.
This is quite a place you have here, Doctor. It's been a great relief to us to have found it so cheerful.
But then we were assured that your place offered the best that money could buy.
We hope we offer the best that experience can provide.
Oh, one thing I meant to ask you, Doctor. Will Mother be exposed to any danger while she's here?
Not at all. The guests in this wing are extremely kind and quality. They're in the final stage of treatment. On the surface, most of them would seem quite as normal as, say, yourself, Senator.
You don't say.
While we're waiting, Senator, I'd like to ask a few more questions about your mother's memorial fund.
Well, there's little more to tell, really. She planned on using it to give away the entire Savage estate.
The newspapers called it her happiness fund.
Was this indifference to money something recent?
I wouldn't say so.
She's always given money to foolish causes.
Would you mind being more specific?
Well, there was an Italian farmer who wanted a box of soil from Italy.
Just dirt.
Mother spent $200 to get it for him.
And then there was the flower peddler who wanted a tombstone for his horse.
He got it.
After Father died, this obsession got progressively worse. Last summer, she chartered a ship to send 1,000 school children around the world.
Why?
She said they ought to go around the world while there was still a world around.
We stopped her just as she was on the verge of setting up this fund legally.
With the board of directors.
With a fantastic board of directors. Not a banker, a bishop, or a lawyer among them.
Whom did she choose?
A postman, a gardener, a veteran veterinarian and herself.
We should have known her mind was going the day she decided to go on the stage.
Oh, that. Have you ever heard of such a case before, Doctor? What would make a woman of her age suddenly decide to become an actress?
The unique is routine here, Senator. Nothing surprises us.
If she had been talented, or even vain, I could have understood it.
But she wasn't. She was always quiet, even timid. And then suddenly this amazing change.
Grief did it.
But why turn to acting? Life has enough drama in it.
Heaven knows.
What do you think, Doctor?
As Judge Savage says, heaven knows.
And, I wish you could explain that bear to us.
Obvious exhibitionism.
Exactly.
She took a childish delight in being seen everywhere with that teddy bear.
Anything to indulge this sudden love for notoriety.
Her entire conduct was a travesty of dignity and self-respect.
And sound business.
Can you tell me, Senator, has there ever been a similar pattern of behavior in your mother's family?
Well, frankly, I don't know.
You see, Doctor, she's not actually our mother. Father remarried when we were children.
I see.
But that has never made any difference in our feelings towards her.
Well, I'm afraid I can't be of much help to you until I've had time to observe her conduct here.
Well, you're the doctor.
And we know she'll be comfortable. Such a charming place.
I wouldn't mind staying here myself.
This is no place to laugh, Samuel.
But we encourage laughter here, Senator. We think it healthy.
You do?
Definitely. It's good therapy. For, as Byron says, and if I laugh at any mortal thing, is that I may not weep.
Of course, of course.
Yes, Miss Willow.
I beg your pardon, Dr. Emmett, but Dr. Johnson won't be able to complete Mrs. Savage's file for the moment.
Why not?
He finds her a little uncooperative.
Then bring her in here, please.
Yes, Doctor.
Oh, while you're saying goodbye, I'd like to have a talk with Dr. Johnson.
Please don't go, Doctor.
Please, Doctor.
We'd prefer you stayed. I think the shorter we make this, the better for all concerned.
She's vindictive.
For some reason, Doctor, she holds me responsible.
We'll have to give her a little more time to get over her resentment.
Would you come in here, Mrs. Savage?
Would you sit down, Mrs. Savage?
We waited to say goodbye to you, Mother. I do not like the Lily Bell. The reason why I cannot tell. But this I know, and know full well. I do not like the Lily Bell. She's been chanting that over and over all the way down here.
Your children are leaving, Mrs. Savage. Wouldn't you like to say goodbye to them? They would like to say goodbye to you, Mrs. Savage.
The fireflies are out. How lovely. What makes fireflies light up, Doctor? Are they mating?
I really couldn't say, Mrs. Savage.
I thought you'd know. Isn't this a bug house?
This is the cloisters. This is to be your home. Now I'm Dr. Emmett.
Now surely, Mother, you're not going to let us depart in an atmosphere of bitterness.
50 needles and 50 pins and 50 dirty Republicans.
She's determined to take the wrong attitude.
It's futile.
Well, time will take care of this. Come, Sam.
I'll send more for clothes down later, Doctor. We couldn't pack but one brick under the circumstances.
Well, Sunday is Visitor's Day, if you'd like to bring them down then.
Well, my sister will be returning to Paris next week, but we'll make the arrangements. Goodbye, Mother.
If there's anything else you need, Mrs. Savage, Miss Wilhelmina will take care of it.
We have a lovely garden out there. You'll be able to see it in the morning. When I was a child, we always said 30 needles and 30 pins. You've added 20 more dirty Republicans.
It's the fault of my exaggeration. It's stupid of me to try and irritate them like this. I just irritate myself. Though I suppose it has to be exasperating now to be funny later.
I notice one of its eyes is gone. It must have fallen out in the office. I'll look as soon as they go.
Don't bother. It fell out last fall at the opera. I just found it, but the usher was so nasty about my lighting matches during the magic fire music. You know what this is, don't you?
Suppose you tell me.
It's a teddy
not that big.
Do you know what I do with it?
I couldn't possibly guess.
I sleep with it.
Do you?
Yes, I do. Are you going to talk to me as if I were an imbecile too?
Here, we mustn't be hostile.
Of course not. You haven't harmed me. Would you care to know why I sleep with it?
If you care to tell me.
I don't care, and I'll tell you. I get lonely. I'm too old to have a lover and too fastidious to sleep with a cat.
Then by all means, you must take it to bed with you here. Would you like to take off your hat?
If I'm going to spend the rest of my life here, I might as well.
It's a mighty saucy hat.
A 10-cent piece of fabric and 3 chicken feathers, $85. Why economy should be expensive, I don't know.
It takes imagination.
And the blood of pirates. But I wanted it. I wanted a hat like this since I was 16 years old, for all the good it does me now. Well, I won't leave a hat here. Maybe you can use it for something. I'm not at all sure what.
Oh, you'd better keep it. You might need it.
Dear, dear, my hair looks like the back end of a coconut.
Oh, I don't think so. It's a heavenly color.
You should have seen it last year. Ha ha! It was bright red. Then, just to be different, I dyed it black with a white streak down the middle. I looked like nothing so much as a skunk. Finally, I just gave up and tinted it blue. It goes with everything.
Well, it'll certainly go with your room. Wouldn't you like to go up and get settled?
Is it time to lock me up?
I wouldn't dream of locking you up. Did you bring a suitcase?
My daughter did. I wasn't consulted.
I'll get it and take you up. There'll be time to explore your surroundings tomorrow. You can wait here.
Alone?
Of course.
No handcuffs?
We have the honor system.
Honor system indeed.